On this episode, we're going to get into the interview of Todd Howard on Kind of Funny.
Stardew Valley gets the Fallout treatment. Bethesda is scrambling to fix Switch 2 issues. And in March, we're going to be in the backwoods.
Main topic.
So, Kind of Funny, a show on YouTube that I never heard about until today or yesterday when Kilo brought this to my attention.
Mm-hmm.
They did an interview with Todd Howard recently. I think it was posted yesterday morning, which would be 2 days ago if you're listening audio and 3 days ago if you're watching on YouTube.
For anybody keeping score.
Yeah, just saying. They did an interview with Todd Howard, and I just fumbled my words. I'm going to put that little guy up there that I usually do when I fumble my words, so at least once or twice per video. And we got some juicy little details going on, and they did it by section. They did it by game. And the first thing they jump into was Starfield, and I do not know the host's name, so...
Greg,
thank you. Greg, thank you for bringing up StarCon.
that was so cool.
Yep. And when they're scrolling down on the website, you see our name in there.
Yep.
Todd Howard had an interesting look on his face, like, yeah, he was cute, and Greg apparently really enjoyed it and was there for the entire thing. And we're doing it again next year. That's the plan.
We are. It's already in the works.
And they did talk about the new stuff coming to Starfield. One of the things that Todd Howard said in the beginning of this, when Greg brought up Starfield 2.0 in quotes here, he said, "If you love Starfield, we think you're going to love this." Now, if Starfield is something that didn't connect with you right away, or you bounced off it, or found it boring in places, I don't think this is going to change that fundamentally. So what he's saying is that he basically did confirm that there's a major update and rework coming in, but it's not going to be what most people think of it being a change of the game.
Yeah, it's not going to be like a 2.0.
No. They're going to keep this game fundamentally the way it is. It's great the way it is. It's not going to be Skyrim in space. Sorry, guys. It's just not. It's going to be Starfield. And they're going to be improving what's there and making the game better. So if you love the game the way it is, you're going to most likely love it even more after this. This is kind of what I've been getting out of that vibe.
Yeah, and it's going to be coming soon. They didn't say exactly when. Yeah. The soon-ish.
It's going to be this year. Everybody knows it. And I got a bone to pick with Todd and some of the things he said later on in the interview. We'll get there. He didn't bring up anything about the next story expansion. He did confirm that they're going to be working on this game and supporting it for a long time. So a lot of people who think that, like a lot of people, news media was saying, oh, Starfield's dead and they're not going to support it anymore. That's not true.
It's not. And he did mention that Starfield has some of the best Game Pass numbers out of all their titles.
Yep. And it still has a very, very, very strong player base. We witnessed that through StarCon. We witnessed it all the time everywhere. It's what it is. I got back into it this week, and I had a blast. I love that game. But
yeah, and the modders and the creators still continuing to support the game.
All right. They jumped into Elder Scrolls 6. There wasn't too much more about Starfield. He just teased what's coming. We're going to have some major updates coming this year, and we're going to get the story expansion. And it's going to happen this year. I'm positive. Elder Scrolls 6, one of the big topics, and the game that I am the most excited about of any game that's coming out or even mentioned about coming out. He basically said they're going back to the classic style. He said, we're coming back to the classic style that we missed and know really, really well. So think Oblivion and Skyrim. They're going back into that mentality, and they're building on it. And one of the things that he said that was really interesting that I didn't put in the notes was that basically they want the game to feel like it's unending. As he mentions that, we have a main story that's going to be 30 to 40 hours. He said ideally, but it always goes over that. But then we want all the other quests and all the other storylines in this game to make it feel like it's just never ending. Basically what he said.
Yeah. Well, basically what we used to get before from Bethesda games.
Mm-hmm. Bethesda has their own proprietary engine, and it's called the Creation Engine. Yep. And they've used Creation Engine 2 for a very long time. I want to say about 15 to 20 years. And that was the engine that was used to create Skyrim and Fallout 4.
And
Starfield.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But Creation Engine 3, he said in the interview that they've been working on it and have finished it and are using it. It's going to be powering Elder Scrolls 6 and beyond. And I put in the notes, this is big. Trust me, because that is big. A new engine can change a game and what they can do with it.
Yeah. Especially, he said that they're evolving, so they're improving on what they've done in the past. So this is all good things for Elder Scrolls 6.
You know, how they named their title, the Creation Club. The Creation Club is because of their proprietary engine. The Creation Kit ties into the Creation Engine.
I watched a video of somebody doing mods in Unreal. And apparently it's a whole different animal.
Oh, yeah.
It's way more difficult.
Unreal Engine's one of the big public source, as well as Unity. I've worked in Unity a lot. And I played around in the latest Unreal Engine, and that thing is sick and powerful. And sick in the good way. I'm trying to get down with the youth, yo. Like I said, vibe earlier, which I hate that word.
Wow. Oh my God.
Widget has jokes. Anyway.
He's got something.
Yeah, something. One thing that pissed me off, Todd, is you said, I'm talking to you directly, sir, my preference is you hear nothing, then the game is out. He prefers it to where you hear nothing about it, and suddenly you hear about it, and then it's suddenly released. So, shadow drops, which he said he hates that word. Well, then stop doing it.
And he means from what the context of when he said that was like, because they were talking about the drop of the initial teaser for Elder Scrolls 6, where it was just the mountains and then whatever. Yeah. But he says not even. I got the impression that he meant not even that. No advertisement. No teaser, no trailer, no nothing.
Yep.
Just dead radio silence. Nobody has any idea what's going on. And then boom, drop the game. Yeah, I can't understand the mentality behind that. I mean, I understand what he was saying about that magic of the first time seeing a game or seeing an announcement or something like that. Think back to what E3, when that was still around, what that used to be. That was the coolest day, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You sit down
absolutely
and just watch game trailers all day.
And
I remember
the excitement
Fallout,
and the hype buildup of all these amazing games that are coming out.
Far Cry 3. I remember, I'll never forget Far Cry 3 the first time I saw that trailer. What's
Final
the definition of
Fantasy VII
insanity?
Remake had me cheering out loud watching it.
Too. Like, I think he wants that magic, but he wants to condense it down to a single moment, like right when the game's dropped. Like, oh my God, that's awesome. I need to get that game. Well, here you go. Like, that's what he wants to do. But I don't agree
Todd
with him on
like
that,
this.
and I really don't understand that thinking.
He just wants it to be like this big, sudden, oh my God, there's a new game. Well, no, dude, we got to have that. And you're, for one, all the press and media and the community that you love, apparently, gets frustrated all high hell because it's not just like a year or two. It's 15, 12 years, 8 years. And
that's where you're getting into trouble.
It's causing way more trouble than anything else. It's terrible. You can't.
And he also did say, no specifics, but he did say Elder Scrolls 6 is ways off.
No, not really. Kind of a yes and no.
I mean, kind of. That's what he. I was starting to question my prediction for fourth quarter this year.
I'm not, because of something they did say. And he said that we are able to play it. We just passed a big milestone internally, and in that internally, it definitely means they're past beta stage. When you get past beta stage, you go into release stage.
So what are we talking about? We're talking about glue. We're talking about polishing.
Yep.
Okay.
We're definitely into polishing, and that could take time. That could take 3 months. It could take 2 years. But the fact of the game is near release is very promising. And a lot of things he said was pointing at that. When he said that, I was like, oh, yes, maybe my prediction is going to be right.
Okay. Still hope for this year.
He said that most of my time is on Elder Scrolls 6. The majority of the folks who made Skyrim are still here, which is a good thing. And they brought in fresh talent, new blood, giving new ideas, things like that. So a lot of good things about Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, and apparently the majority of the studio is currently working on Elder Scrolls 6 too. And he said that the studio is about 500 people strong. So we got at least half that working on just getting Elder Scrolls 6. And this is in the middle of the Fallout 4 hype.
That's not including the 1,000 testers they have on staff.
Yeah, right. And the partners that he said that they're working with. So a lot of people working on getting this game out.
So everyone's saying, oh, Fallout 5 isn't come out before Elder Scrolls 6. You're insane. Read the room, dude. Yeah, they're working on Fallout 5, but it's going to be a few years after 6. 76. Still a lot happening in the game. Another big update coming, which you just talked about, Backwoods. The roadmap for 76, and all Todd would really say about it is the game's getting better. And it's getting even better.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all he really touched on 76, because that game is what it is. And if you have not played it and you still think it's the game that it was when it launched, stop it. Just try the game. You'll thank us later.
It's really not. Yeah. Take it from me. I refused to play it for years because of 2 bad instances I had. Game-breaking bugs. I've had 0 bugs, 0 issues, and I'm level 11 now.
Nice. The game's amazing.
Yeah. It is.
Fallout TV show. He got into this quite a bit, and they're talking about going to New Vegas. There is a million ways to fuck that up. Todd Howard said this. It can be a bit of a minefield. Let's not refute anything that happened in the game, but let's see if there are some areas that writers really want to push forward. In translation, they're taking creative license while staying inside the frame of Fallout.
Yes.
So they're telling new stories, not stories that are already in the games, but they're based on the game and the world. And Todd is very adamant how they're keeping true to the roots of Fallout.
Yeah, and Todd is on the front of that too. He's paying attention to what's being done there, and he has a lot of faith in Jonah Nolan and his crew to do the world right.
And you say with the success, and well, they get into a lot about it and the fact that they're going to spend more time in New Vegas on season 3, but we already kind of knew that. They're going to flesh out that city as it was the cultural hub. He said that season 3 will take us and beyond, will take us to some new places never seen in the Fallout universe.
He also did make a reference to things going on in 76 as well, which kind of made me raise an eyebrow. Because everybody's thinking about, oh, well, we're going to Colorado. Personally, I think we're going to see Chicago. I got a gut feeling. And there's been a lot of talk about seeing the East Coast in the TV show. Well, if that's the case, and Todd Howard did mention 76 in particular in reference to the writing direction of the show. Not saying that's what it is, but I thought that was curious that he brought that up.
Well, it'd be interesting because the show takes place, 200 plus years after the events of 76?
200 years. Well, it's just the fact that he said that he wants the audience to be able to play the game and then turn around and watch the show and be like, oh, I saw that. Leonardo DiCaprio. I saw that in the game just now. And he was talking about 76. So it's curious. Very curious.
And then Todd went into talking more about Shadow Drop, and he hates the word, but he thinks it's special. And I said, well, we don't think so. And most of your fans
under the right circumstances,
don't
sure.
think so. Yeah.
I think they did. I think they made the right play with Oblivion.
Yes, that's about what I was going to say.
And I think when you're talking about remakes and stuff like that, that's one thing. But if you're talking about your flagship titles and stuff that we've been waiting for since, 2018, 2017, come on.
And we went on to talk
You
about
gotta
how
throw something.
yeah, exactly. We got to have some information. Give us some trailer. Give us some look at the game. Let us know it's alive.
Yeah.
It's like when you don't hear from your favorite family member for 6 months to a year, and you're like, "Are you alive or dead?" And he goes in to talk about leaks and how he hates them, but they're inevitable.
Yeah.
And I said, in my mind, I wrote it on the paper on our notes. Do you know how to combat leaks? By releasing that information first.
That's true. But he also said that even though they will piss you off at the time, it ultimately, the leaks seem to have no effect on how well the game does financially.
Mm-hmm. And he said a lot of those leaks
I-
are normally not accurate.
And I'm just really struggling with that mentality.
Yeah, me too.
That's my thing right now.
We both have the same wavelength on that.
Yeah.
And he did talk about AI and Bethesda's use of it, and he assured everybody that Bethesda does not use AI for any significant development. They do not generate anything or anything of that nature. They use it for basically the tedious code work on the data side. So, like, imagine having to fill out a spreadsheet of 1,000 different items with all the details of each item. It's in the MDD, the master design document. Yeah. Leaving that to AI to free up a couple 100 hours to go be focused on development and creative side of it. Yes, please do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will say this because there seems to be a little bit of confusion about this. There is a difference between AI generation and procedural generation.
Big
procedural
difference.
Generation, Bethesda's been doing for years. They started using it back in Oblivion. They still use it today to put certain items, certain keywords into a system and telling it to build something.
Yeah, what procedural generation is you create all the assets. All the assets in the game, and you put it into a certain category of a pool, and you tell the computer, I want these certain areas to use these assets, but you pick out which assets to use, but they define how it's used.
Right.
It's in no way is it
talking to the computer and saying
they don't use prompts.
Build me a landscape and whatever.
There's no prompts involved.
There's none of that. Right.
It's a massive code, and and they build everything for it. So, yeah.
I was struggling to articulate. I appreciate that, Widget. Thank you.
I got your back, man. And then they would do a little Q&A afterward, and the upcoming changes to Starfield. And he basically said makes exploring better, but does not change the nature of it. And when
we'll see what that means.
Someone paid to ask this question of when is Elder Scrolls 6 coming out, and all he said was not this week. So if you were all hoping for it this week, if you had it in the pool somewhere, you lost.
Yep, nope, not happening.
That'd be hilarious if he just dropped it this week.
Right.
Got you.
Exactly. No, he drops it on Monday, so it's next week.
So that was the interview in a nutshell. Mm-hmm. It was a pretty good interview. You can check it out. But that's the gist of it. He was very guarded, like he always is, about what to say about certain things, but gave us a little bit of information.
A little bit, but I thought it gave us a little bit more insight than we normally get into the process, into the way they make games, into their mentality regarding the games. And honestly, it only made me more excited for Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5, future 76 updates, whatever they're doing with Starfield.
Mm-hmm. All the goodies.
It did make me excited for that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We're going to hit up a couple last things really quick.
Yeah. Well, the last thing that I really wanted to talk about, I thought was really cool. It's in our mod section. We got a mod to talk about today, and it is a fan-made Van Buren remake in Fallout New Vegas. And there is a teaser trailer here. If Widget can grab it. We'll put that up on the screen. I don't know if you can do that or not.
Yeah, I can.
But it is called Fallout: The New West, and it's a fan-made total conversion mod for New Vegas, inspired by the canceled Fallout 3 that was in development at Black Isle, called Van Buren. And why is this well timed? Well, we kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, because Van Buren would have been set in post-apocalyptic Colorado. People are talking that Colorado, that Bethesda is using Van Buren locations and story beats possibly in the new season. That's not confirmed. It's just a theory that is out there. Here's a little bit of the blurb from the makers of this. It tells a broad story envisioned by Van Buren, but restructured and expanded to form a cohesive, playable experience in New Vegas. The project's primary narrative goal is to take the disparate plot threads and unfinished concepts found in the original design documents, which everything is out there, including, for example, the NCR Brotherhood conflict, the Great Tribal War between Caesar's Legion and the Daughters of Hecate, the fight for the soul of the Mormon state, and much more, and weave them into a satisfying, unified narrative that adheres to the main plot as described in the design documents. How wild is this?
That's really cool.
This is whole undertaking. That's pretty awesome. You're gonna assume the role of a new protagonist released from captivity in 2253, known as the Prisoner. The story is set in an alternate continuity that predates and reinterprets the events of New Vegas. Unfortunately, due to many Van Buren concepts being folded into New Vegas, we cannot set the project in the same timeline. Our secondary goal is to incorporate many of the modern gameplay conveniences introduced through Fallout New Vegas in its more than 15 years of modding, while preserving the distinctive mechanics and design quirks of classic Fallout found in the original design documents. Much of Fallout's original charm is an acquired taste, and one that we believe remains worth acquiring. So this seems super ambitious.
Yeah, is it complete, or is it still in the works? I didn't see that.
If Fallout New West does make it to release, so it's still in works, it will see Van Buren realized, albeit in fan-made form.
A lot of these projects I've seen like this that are really, really ambitious never really come to fruition. I'd say maybe 10% of them do. Hopefully this one does.
No, we saw that with London, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
hopefully
part
of that 10%.
I mean, this has got to be one of the ones that make it, because this is just an amazing project. So definitely check that out. You can check that out at the article at IGN, Fallout Van Buren Project. And that's all I got. Well, no, wait, we got a cool ship from around Discord. Drusilis hosted this amazing M-class ship that he saw on Facebook. It is absolutely wicked looking. You can see that in our Discord, or you can see it on the screen.
It looks like a modern battleship. You know, our ocean-faring vessels. Yeah. It looks like one of those, and it looks pretty wicked. Yeah,
it's very heavily influenced by our own surface vessels. It's super badass.
I'll post some pictures up on the video. If you're on, if you're listening to the audio version, you can check it out on our Discord.
Yep.
And how do they find us?
How do they find us? I was waiting for you to say that. If you want to find us, you want to find our Discord, our links on all of our socials, you can find it on our link tree. That's linktr.ee/wyrdkhaosmedia. Wyrd is WYRD, chaos with a K, media. If you want to email us about business or advertising, it's wyrdkhaosmedia, wyrdkhaosmedia@gmail.com.
Please like and subscribe to our videos, as well as 5-star reviews on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate the heck out of it. And you can hit that bell while you're at it. If you want to know when our shorts and stuff come up, or new videos are posted, do it. And that's going to wrap up tonight's show. Thank you so much for listening and watching, everybody. And have an amazing week out in the Bethesdaverse.
Peace out. and the